Hey guys, what is up? I'm back. The reason it took me a week was I was babysitting all last week, and so I did not have time to do any videos whatsoever. But I'm back. I'm back. And I know from the last episode of Ginpachi Class 3Z Ginpachi-Sensei, we finally got to see Takasugi in a high school setting. And in an old Takasugi fashion, he still wants to take over the school somewhat, okay? And he has his followers. But the funniest thing is, he's not a teacher or anything. He's a delinquent student who was suspended as soon as the school year started and has finally made a reappearance again. Okay, so the dynamics between him and Ginpachi-Sensei is quite different than, the regular universe where originally he was the antagonist and wanted to destroy Japan thoroughly, and then Gintoki, their past. And if you saw episodes 305, between 304 and 306 of the original series, that was a full cumulation of Takasugi and Gintoki's relationship, which we'll see how that goes into this universe. Okay, so with all the shenanigans of Takasugi, there's also another delinquent. So let's see if he's going to appear in this episode of Ginpachi-Sensei Class 3Z, Episode 4. It's not the result of life. In life. Wait, what? What is important in life is life and not the result of life. Can somebody explain that for me? This episode, Shinpachi and gang sneak into the school. Oh, yes. We got the all just back together. Horror and comedy are two sides of the same coin. I guess. Talking about horror. Oh. Mad scary. Final boss. Yep. I'm expecting she can get shenanigans in this episode for real. And you gonna trespass the same way as him. Okay. What do you forget? What do you forget? Huh? Why is he here? What? It feels good from them to. Oh God, I feel like crying now. You know how long it's been since we saw all three of them together like this? I wonder if Genpachi is scared of ghosts like his counterpart. Mm-hmm. Oh God, don't tell me he's gonna start screaming. Oh God. Oh. Mm-hmm. You thought it was supposed to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why is this giving me when they went to the hot springs? The seven mysteries of Gintama High. What? Hana isn't is Hanako on the toilet like an actual like myth in Japanese myth folklore or something like that? Okay. Oh, oh, so they got that in that school. Okay. Why is Sesame Street what? Yeah. Not them here in Wales. Not Conquer open up the door. Why is someone there? Why it look like that? Why can't you do that? Why did he his whole like his whole everything was out for everybody to see. His whole backside. You even saw all up in the screen, bro. Hey, y'all, hey, oh my god. Why he look like that? So now he's rapping? Throw the whole series away, bro. Hey, throw the whole series away, bro. Why was he doing that to Otase's chair? I mean, Ote. Throw the whole series away, bro. I should be used to this by now, but yeah, yeah. Facts. Why we want to solve this five mysteries? uh, what? Why is Elizabeth looking? Okay, you know, Katsura drew that Why? Who are you? Is that Okita trying to curse Hishikata? Oh, they're both inside the same room. Why are you mixing chocolate with mayonnaise? In the animal pen? What do you mean? Why they look like oh, I'm about to say. I mean, that's hard within itself. On the roof, okay. I bet you that's Hasagawa. I guarantee you that's Hasagawa. No offense. Who is that? For what? Wow, somebody's about to just end themselves and you guys said, can I get the money to buy the jump? Ooh. Ooh. Oh, he fails. Dang. 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 You can't talk to somebody that's in that mind space like that. You know, I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna do it. I knew he was gonna say it. I didn't expect him saying that. Yeah. Cause low key, I would have said the same thing. Get watching. You might say that's horrible, but it's just like Kagra, shut up. Okay. Is he really there? What? I mean, you could look down for all we know to see if Sadaharu is there. Is he? Oh, he slapped him. Oh. You're giving him your Shonen Jump book? Who are you? I'm sorry if I feel like crying because ugh. Okay, that was my 12-year-old coming out. That was the 12-year-old me coming out just now. Oh gosh. That was the 12-year-old. Didn't have to do that. Shouldn't have done that. Uh, yes, you do. Staff room? He's a guest. Wait, that's not him. Oh, he's an actual ghost. What? It's nice having a party member who can use a safe passage. Oh, the teachers. Yes. Okay, I know I did tear up at the end, and the reason why I said it spoke to the 12-year-old me, just to get just a tad bit personal, just like that boy, right? I did have that moments as a kid, depression and everything, depression, and so I wanted to expedite the process. I had thoughts, and the only thing that stopped me from wanting to do that was simply because I wanted to see how Naruto would end. That's why. I was 12 and Naruto ended a couple of years after. But that's what convinced me to keep it going. So when Ginpachi Sensei was like, life is for living to see how an anime or manga can keep going, and if that doesn't convince you enough, you know, come to my class. Of course, that's not the case for me, but I found it related. That's the beautiful thing about Gintama overall, whether it be the main storyline or this alternative storyline, right? Is the life lessons and some thought-provoking proverbs or just the relatability of the characters. Obviously this is more slice of life and focusing more on jokes and comedy compared to the original timeline and everything, but the fact that they still can throw in these deep parts, like he used something so simple like to just continue going forward, right? It could be anime, manga, watching horror stories, or anything of that sort, you know. And even if that did end, if you can surround yourself by people who act silly and have fun. And overall, this whole episode is just to find their materials, from a piece of, I don't know, seaweed to getting a CD and getting your comic magazine, and then you end up something so thoughtful at the end. Like, you have to understand, like, what Ginpachi Sensei is telling him, hey bro, if you want to go do this, go ahead, go do it. But I can't push you, but I can give you an alternative. Why don't you think of this way? Just to come find out he's actually a ghost, but he may have helped that ghost pass on. He probably did. So, you know, he probably needed those words that he never got while he was still alive. But Ginpachi was able to, and that's something also Gintoki would have done as well. It's just like, hey, bro, if you're going to go do this, by all means, go ahead. You already made your resolve. But it's just like, if you're willing to do this, and this goes back to like them pretending that there was a movie back then where Katsura, it was during the Joy War, right? And you know, Gintoki, Takasugi, and Katsura are fighting, and Katsura was about to give up. He's like, let's go commit senpaku, just end it on a good note because it's overwhelming right now, right? And then Gintoki is like, if you can, if you want to die beautifully, why not live beautifully until the end, right? And I think that correlates many years later to this. You know, if you want to think of a certain end, why not live as good as you can, as the best that you can for the littlest of things. Like, this could have been an episode, a life lesson episode, you know? I'm just saying. I didn't expect it to touch me at the end. I didn't, but it did kind of trigger that 12-year-old in me. When she was thinking about that, and again, like I said, Naruto was what convinced me. I was a huge Naruto fan when I was a kid, when it was still airing. Because of Naruto, I would say I'm still here, pretty much. Anime and manga saved my life. As cringe as some people say that, it's what really convinced me to say, yeah, I want to see another day to see how this ends. And here I am many years later. Still kicking it. Okay. But funny episode. I did expect a little bit more screams, particularly from Ginpachi. Because his iconic screams, if you ever heard his screams, oh my god. Those are too quiet, no pun intended, to die for. But if you guys already saw episode 4 of Class 3Z Ginpachi-Sensei, do drop in the comments down below. Did any of you kind of teared up at the end, or it was just me? Right? If you read the novel version, you can make comparisons about those. And the links are in the description box, so you guys go check it out. And I'm Kimmy-chan. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!